All right, so today's going to be something a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit more of a personal vlog. So there's going to be no guitar reviews. There's going to be no discussions on gear. I'm just going to discuss something that I've really been struggling with for the last while, and that's been my age.
Ah, you're old.
So just to start off, I love metal. I grew up on metal, especially old school thrash, from like Megadeth and Testament, hard metal stuff that I discovered, in my teens, and especially like Pantera, Dimebag Darrell. They're very near and dear to my heart. I love Dime. I'd say in the last 10 years or so, I've actually grown into loving other types of music. And I love, like, especially old school, like ZZ Top, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Bad Company. And then in the last while, I've gotten into like harder rock stuff like Shinedown, Alter Bridge, Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen, that kind of stuff. I've definitely matured musically in a way, but physically, my body, I've been struggling. And I've mentioned it before that I've had issues with stomach ulcers. But the other thing I had mentioned really much is that I've actually had a really bad sciatic issue with my back, sciatic pains. And it's actually been so bad, I've actually had to miss work lately. And even now, lately, I've missed jams. Rehearsals with the band and whatnot, and it's been really affecting me emotionally in the last while. But um, I've never been really one that's been comfortable in the metal scene. I know this is going to be hard to say. I was part of a somewhat successful power thrash metal band here in Calgary, but I'm not someone who parties. I don't get wild. I don't get crazy. I'm someone that likes to be in bed at a good time.
A useless old man.
And doing our mini tours and stuff that we were doing, I kind of really struggled in a way. I don't like to be up all night and whatnot. So, I've always been a more mature kind of guy anyway. But I've not been into partying, and it's been even harder with my physical health in the last bit. And it was interesting because I kind of said to myself that once I hit my 50s, I was going to slow down. But unfortunately, it's kind of jump started a little earlier, just because of what I've been going through in the last couple of years, especially. That, I've had to change my focus on a lot of things, especially with my stomach ulcer. I've cut out drinking completely. Not that I wasn't a big drinker or anything, but I enjoyed a beer or two here and there, especially jamming or playing at gigs, but I've had to cut it out completely. I've cut out coffee, caffeine stuff, really, chocolate, all the good stuff, right? And tried to be super healthy, but then recently I've had this flare up of my sciatic condition for my back, sciatica, and it's just been really bad. It's really made me feel my age, more or less, in a way. So that I'm making a bit of a shift in the last little bit. Now, the other thing is that I'm seeing a lot of younger lead guitar players in the metal community having more success than me. And it's nothing against them. It's great for them. But it's just, I had always strived to be a counted on metal player. Things just didn't pan out the way I'd kind of hoped especially as a musician, like I decided a long time ago, I wasn't going to have children. My focus, my extra time was going to be on music completely. So now, I haven't had the success I had hoped for, but I think now as I'm getting older, I'm going to change that a little bit. So that I've kind of been, focusing on other types of music, from like trying to get into country and jazz music. I love the blues, though. Don't get me wrong. Blues is amazing. I love blues stuff. Big part of why I think I like ZZ Top is just Billy F. Gibbons. I think he'd probably be my favorite blues player. There's just a feel in what he plays that I really feel I connect to in a way. Like I can shred, till the cows come home kind of thing. I think that's an expression. But for me, I just always feel more comfortable in more bluesy kind of runs, playing with a little bit more feeling. So, moving on to the future, I think that I probably won't be playing metal anymore. I'm not going to say I'm going to completely give up playing rock in any way. Like I can still play rock. Like I have my 80s cover band that, we play like, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, into like the Def Leppard and all that kind of stuff, which is fun. But I really wouldn't consider that more metal. It's more of a hard rock than anything. And it's definitely playing with older players, right? We're all in our, 40s, 50s that we're playing this stuff. But as well, for original music especially, I still have an album in me to finish writing and recording. And I've had a whole bunch of music kind of written that wasn't really metal styled. It was more of a hard rock, and I think I'm going to be actually focusing on that for the next little while. So if anything on this channel, it's going to change. So, you can follow me as I steer a new course into uncharted waters, if you will, that I'm going to be expanding musically into like these other genres. Cause I wanted to be a session player. It's kind of been in my mind. I want to be a go-to person, and play different, avenues of music, a Beyond Call kind of guy. I really enjoyed that Hired Gun documentary, that was on, I recently saw it. I think it's on YouTube now, actually. You can actually watch the whole series. And that was always more of when I first saw that documentary, I was like, oh yeah, I think that's where I'm going moving forward. Especially liking a lot of different musical styles. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next little while. So that'll be it for today. It'll be a bit of a short one. But yeah, it's getting older sucks. That's the one thing I'll say the most, is getting older sucks. You definitely feel it as you get older. And yeah, till next time, shred on. Take care.